Hello, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Hello. You just cut me off. But
Oh,
that's
sorry.
okay. Okay. Hi. This is Mrs. C, and I am here today with
Mrs. Naparlo.
and we are coming to you with a presentation on approximating. Oh, whoa. Okay, hang on.
Oh,
my
what's a
gosh.
mistake? Oh my God! Now you got a dot there. I'm very upset. Okay.
Approximating square roots. I can get rid of the dot. And Mrs. Naparlo, by the way, this is doceri, not edu creation. So you might want to be taking a few
What bees
pointers.
doceri?
This is just another screencast program that I use. So pay attention. You might find, if I had a stylus that worked, unfortunately my stylus is a little bit funky, like a funky monkey, and it's having a little bit of a hard time with my board.
I'm so excited that you told me it was approximating square roots because when I looked at it quickly, I thought it was square riots, and I was saying to myself, why are we talking about riots? But okay,
not square riots.
Okay, carry on.
Square roots. Okay, so I'm giving you the square root. The square root of 29. Now, the square root of 29 is irrational.
I love that word.
I know, I do too. I think it's because I feel irrational most of the time.
Me too.
All right, well, there we can really connect with the square root of 29. Now, because the square root of 29 is irrational, we have to approximate its value, and these guys can't use a calculator.
Okay.
So we have to come up with an idea of how could we approximate that square root. So what I like to do is I like to find a perfect square root here.
Why is that line there?
That's for you to know.
Oh.
I want you to fill in that space with a perfect square root. And then on this side, I want you to come up with a perfect square root. And I want the square root of 29 to fall between those perfect square roots. So I just want to run some square roots at you so you can remember what your perfect square roots are. I'm going to start. The square root of 4, what is that?
2.
Very good. What is the square root of 16?
That would be a 4.
Okay, now, can you think of the square root that would go there that would be just before the square root of 29?
I was thinking the square riot of 25.
That is so right. I love that we did not even prep Mrs. Naparlo. She knows this because she is amazing. Okay. Now, the square root of 25, that's perfect. And then you'd have 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. And then what would be the next square root on the other side of the square root of 29?
I believe that might be the square riot of 36.
Square root of 36. That is so spot on correct. Now, because these are perfect squares, they have integer values. They are rational. So what is the square root of 25?
That would be 5.
It is. And what is the square root of 36?
6.
It would be 6.
And they're rational.
Guess where the square root of 29 falls? It falls between 5 and OMG 6.
That's awesome. And might I add, I'm loving the arrows.
Don't you love the arrows?
And I'm loving the colors. And very, very nice.
Okay.
I'm seeing some nice things.
Let's try it again. Okay. Now, I want you to pick a number between 1 and 100. Between
150.
1 and, okay, now.
No, okay.
I was going to say that's not between 1 and 100.
Well, I was pointing out I didn't follow directions.
You know what? Let's pick a number between 1 and 200, and then we're going to actually use your 150 because I love your 150.
Okay, let's do it.
This might be a little saucy. Are you ready to sauce it up?
I don't know.
Okay. I'm going to go with orange. Square root of, what did you say?
I like when you talk so...
I like
you have an accent.
I like le French.
I know.
I am going to say...
Parlez-vous français?
Oui, oui.
Okay.
The square root of 150. Now, you made it a little bit tricky for yourself.
I know, because now I'm trying to think...
Gotta think. You gotta think. You've got to think of numbers. You might want to try this little trick. I think of a number like 9, and then I say 9 times 9 is 81. That gives me my perfect. But I think I could go better than 81.
Oh, I know you could.
I gotta get closer to
very
150.
nice colors. Very nice colors.
Okay, it's a little fall. This is a shout out to fall. As
okay.
It's snowing outside.
Well,
okay.
the S word, we don't say the S word.
No.
The weather outside is frightening. Full.
But inside is so delightful. Okay.
Okay. I was just thinking.
Can you do
okay.
better than my little...
I have it. I came up with the first one I want to do,
Okay.
and it would be 144.
I think that you can't get any closer than...
That's pretty good, right?
144.
Pretty good, pretty good.
That is right there. Okay, no. That's pretty high up there.
I know.
Now, do you know the next one over?
Well, I'm thinking, because I personally know what the square root of 144 is, so I'm thinking to myself, the next number, and I'm trying to think of what that number square right might be, and I'm thinking it's 169.
I think you might be right.
There's a 69 in there. I'm not saying anything about that.
It is.
Okay.
Okay, they're inverse numbers. They
I know.
are like opposite of each other. Okay, now the
Now.
square root of 144 is
12.
12. And the square root of 169?
13.
13. So we know that the square root of 150 falls between the numbers 12 and 13. Now, do we know like who it's closer to? You know, it doesn't really matter. Because they just ask us between which two numbers. If you want to try and guess a decimal, you could guess a decimal. You could say it's pretty much in half. So you could say 12.5. Really, you don't have to do that. You just
But
say
so
between
actually,
what
so
two
you're
numbers.
asking your children to be mental?
I'm asking them to be totally mental.
Mental,
On irrational
mental.
numbers.
Okay.
Irrationally mental. All right, I'm going to give you another one. And then my favorite thing to do to Mrs. Naparlo is give her the pen. So I'm going to pass the pen on to Mrs. Naparlo
Give me a
and
cool
have
color.
her do this. Let me think of a number first. I've got to think of a good one.
Okay.
I got it. I almost got it. I got it. Cool color green.
Green,
It's very eco-friendly to do green. I'm going to do the square root of 70. Okay. The square root of 70.
saucy.
Passing the pen over to Mrs. Naparlo.
She's allowing me to write children, and I'm a little frightened. So now I'm asking you, or you're asking, what am I doing?
I want you to go for it. Like these guys are going to have to do this on their own.
Do I
So
have to
you
do the
just-
little smiley faces
No, you
under
do
my
not.
answers?
Because they don't necessarily want to do that.
But I get to draw the little square
You draw
roots
whatever you do, whatever you want.
Because I kind of like to draw it like this.
Well, that's an
wrong?
interesting way to do it. I've never seen that before. It's got like a little. It's got
Just
like
got
a
a
little
little taily
You know
thing.
what it reminds me of? Like a little snail. Like a little snail.
Oh, little sciencey.
Look at
Snaily riot.
Doesn't
Okay.
it figure? Doesn't it figure you
Well,
do
it
something
doesn't really look like a
sciencey?
snail, but okay.
Okay.
That's your brain.
Okay.
That's your brain. All right. Okay.
I think I know what you're going. You like
All
to
right.
do it
The little thingy. Yeah.
like that. That's
I made my
acceptable.
tail a little long. Okay. I'm going to say this,
Okay.
and then I'm going to do my little, that's even better.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to do this. Whoa. Okay.
Whoa, okay.
Oh my
That's like
God
a
in
little
heaven.
snowman. Okay.
It's like, how do you want to make your eights?
I don't
had
know. You can
big
do it
discussions about that the other day.
circle, or wiggly wig.
Yeah,
I like
that's it.
circle. So,
Okay.
So let's see. What was your reasoning when you did this? And let me switch. Give me a color. You pick your color. What's it gonna be?
Let's go with red. It's a holiday color.
It's a holiday color.
Okay.
Next time we could do blue and white for
Nice.
Hanukkah.
Woohoo!
For our
Okay.
Jewish friends. Okay, so how did you pick the square root of 64?
Here's what I says to myself.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I think about my numbers, and I think like 6 squared is 36, 7 squared is 49, 8 squared is
64. 64.
And that's pretty close to 70. Giddy up, go with that.
All right, so square root of 64 is 8.
So then I says to myself, if I went with 8 squared is 64, then why not go with the 9? That's got to be the next closer one, because 9 squared is 81.
81. And you know what you would do? What if you did the square root of 81 and you found that it fell here? Oh.
Then I'd have to go up one.
That means you did not pick the closest one
Right.
to the square root of 70.
So I
but
try to go to the next possible one.
Clearly you did it right, because the square root of 70 is falling between those two. So we could circle it and go, woohoo!
Woohoo! I can be mental when I need to be.
That was very good. Now, do you want for one final?
One final.
I think we should make up a couple problems for these guys.
Let's do it.
Hang on. We're going to pause. No, we don't have to pause. We can just go for it.
Let's go
Okay,
for it.
just go. Oh, okay.
Whoa, it's like
Let's create some, and then they can go ahead and try to approximate them. Then you're going to bring them into class, or no, we'll do the answers. We'll do the answers for them real quick. So
Okay.
you do one, then I'll do one, then you do one, then I'll do one.
Okay.
Give one. Give me.
Square root of, let's do 112.
Okay, then I'll pick one. I'll pick a different color. I'm going to do the square root of, are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
3.
Get out of town. I can't even believe she did it.
Oh my gosh, I went there. I did. Okay.
She did.
Yeah, color. What do you want?
White.
What's
blue and white.
Okay, blue and white. Blue and white.
Let's fight.
Okay, give it to me.
Okay, let's go the square root of 17.
Oh, I don't know if I can beat that.
I don't know. That's a good one.
I'm gonna do one more, and I'm gonna do what color? I'm gonna go popo.
Popo.
Now I'm gonna go with a light popo.
That would be a violet shade.
Okay, I'm concerned it won't show up if it's too
Let's
dark.
see.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Accessing knowledge. Engaged. All right. Square root. I'm thinking 50.
Ooh.
I like it.
Like 50.
I like 50. Looks more like an S, but I
Nice.
like 50.
Okay. It's a funky looking zero
so
too.
let's let them stop for a minute.
Okay.
And then they can think for a minute. You guys pause it, and we're going to just go ahead and give the answers on, in a minute, in a second, pretty much right now.
Right now.
But pause.
Pausing. You're pausing.
Pause.
Pause.
Okay. They're back. Or they
they're
never
back.
left. I mean, you never
Well, I
know.
don't even know.
You never know with these guys.
They're either honest or they're not.
They could, they could just like us so much they don't want to stop. So, all right, Mrs. Naparlo, do you want to do yours or you want me to do yours or you do mine?
I think you should mine under your shirt.
Okay.
All right.
So the square root of 112, it's going to fall between the square root of 100.
I agree.
And that would be 10 times 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then 11 times 11 would be 121.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be the square root of 11. And 112 falls between 100 and 121. So the answer, though, look how they have to do their answer. They have to, if the directions are to write the integers that it falls between,
how should they write
They should write their answer between 10 and 11. That's
they have to write out the word and.
Yes, and sometimes I like them to write between 10 and 11, but I even accept 10, 11.
Yeah, sometimes I did
when
that
I'm
too.
desperate. Okay, so now you're up with my problem. I don't remember which color I picked, but let's go with this one. Okay. What do you say? What says you?
I says, can I just write my answer?
You can just write your answer.
I'm going to say between this and...
You have the handwriting of a serial killer.
Oh my God, I can't believe you said that about me.
And I'm going to say I bet you got that because you said 1 times 1 is 1, so that's the square root of 1. 2 times 2 is 4, and that's the square root of 4. And guess what? Square root of 3 falls right between them.
I'm saying
That's what you did. That's what you did. All right, now we're going to go to the square root. You did square root of 17. Ooh,
yeah.
That's just a scary looking
That's
one.
a tough
I'm telling
one.
you, 17, that scares me. I can't get the colors. Okay. Well, Well, 16 is a perfect square. The square root of 16 is 4.
Good.
And then 4, so then I do 5 times 5 is 25. Now I know 17 falls, between 6, wait a minute. 16.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, it does.
Yeah, it does.
See, I got to show my work. I have a
know.
hard time
I
not
know.
showing my work. I need to see it. That would be 16. That would be 25. And square root of 17 falls between them. I'm good.
She's good.
You get to
Very
bring
good,
it-
very
you get
good,
to
very
bring it
good, very
home.
good.
You're going to bring it home?
This is very fun.
I love it with lavender. You're bringing it home with lavender. Okay.
Okay. You didn't put an equal sign in.
Can you do that for me?
Oh, does that mean I have to change
I
the
don't
color?
think you need to. I think it can be
Okay,
lavender
just a little equal.
sign.
It was a little
it's kind of
bothering me.
important.
Okay. I'm going to say, let's see. 7.
Because 7 times
7 squared is
49.
49, and that's
49.
pretty close.
Ooh, that's close.
And now, let me make that D good.
Very nice.
I'm going to say 8.
Would have to be it. Once you get the first one,
Once you get your first one,
you
it's
know
pretty-
the next
you know
one.
the next one.
But it's always good to double check.
Because 8 times 8 is 64.
64. Now, if you read what we wrote, technically it doesn't make sense. The square root of 50 is equal to 7 and 8.
Well, we mean...
We got to remember the directions.
Right.
So it was between which two integers does the given riot fall.
I know. I love the given riots. And integer, cool word.
All right, now I just want to show them what they're going to have to do next.
Okay.
Whoa,
there's more to this.
Oh, this isn't part. This was just what they...
Oh, okay.
We're going to talk about this in class, but I thought I'd throw a couple out.
Cool.
Because you can approximate the square root of 15, you could approximate that and add it to the square root of 90. Yes, you could. You could.
I'm very confused.
You would ask yourself, between what two integers does the square root of 15 fall? And it falls between 4 and 5.
Well,
just go with me on that, right? Or not. 4 times 4 is 16. Oh, 3 and 4.
I would say 3 and 4.
Did you say 3 and 4? So it falls between 3 and 4. She caught me. Now, between 3 and 4, you can approximate it closer to 3 or 4. It doesn't matter. I happen to know that the square root of 16, which is 4, is really close to the square root of 15. And so I'm going to say that this is best approximated as the value of 4.
So you choose the one that comes the closest.
Yeah, you approximate it with the closest one.
Okay.
And then you say square root of 90. Well, what is square root of 90? Is that closer to the square root of 100? Or is it closer to 9 times 9 is 81? And it really does a little bit closer to 81.
So what do you go with that?
It doesn't matter. You can pick whichever you want, honestly. So I'm going to say, knowing that it's a little bit closer to 81, I'm going to approximate it as 9.
So again, they're being mental.
They are being so mental that they can approximate the irrational sum as a sum of two rationals. Oh my
wow,
gosh.
I'm dying. I'm dying right here.
That's heavy. So we would approximate it as 13. But do you remember, guys, the symbol for approximate? It's a wiggly wig. Do you remember the wiggly wig?
I remember that.
Yes, it's a wiggly wig.
Yes.
So it's approximately, and we'd come back up here and fix that. It's approximately 13.
Nice.
I know. And then we'll go into that in more detail. It's bothering me that
So it's a lot of mental.
It's a lot of mental, and this is easy compared to the ones Park has.
And I think I'm mental.
All right, guys, we did that. Mrs. Naparlo, thank you so much.
Oh, I had so much fun. I miss my algebra classes.
I miss you, and we miss you being part of our algebra classes.
Because I used to come in.
Of course, they don't know that.
No, they don't.
But so they can't really miss it. But I can miss it because we used to teach together. Can you imagine focusing
the two of us together
on a class with the two of us together?
That one class made a whole list, remember, of all the funny things we said and did.
And we did some funny stuff.
We did.
All right, guys, hope this helped you.
It helped me.
If it didn't, you just bring your questions in, and hey, maybe we'll come get together again soon and do.
Oh, I would love to be on another screencast.
All right, send in your suggestions for the next content skill that we tag team.
Ciao.
Bye. Later, Gator.